Zuckerberg is going to understand everything about everything. Mark is building a business that's going to understand everything about everything. And how does he get there without freaking everybody out and getting every government up in arms? That's going to be an interesting thing. Look at Yahoo versus Facebook. They both say they're media companies, right? What's the difference? Yahoo, you have to go to the media. You have to go yahoo.com/finance, yahoo.com/sports, yahoo.com for the
That's
homepage.
why nobody's going there, is it?
In the Facebook world, the media comes to you. You just stand there and the media comes to you. It comes to you in your Gmail. It comes to you on your notifications on your phone. It comes to you on Facebook.com. You just stand there and it comes to you. To make that happen, he has to build an identity engine. And you have to give over everything about you to it.
That's freaking, isn't it?
It's freaky, but you're going to do it. Because you like the world where he brings cool things to you. And he's just yesterday turned on the music. Bringing the music to you. You don't have to go look for music. Your friends are bringing it to you. And when you start looking at music and you find a really cool song out of all that stream, you listen to it over and over again. I keep seeing it over and over. This guy keeps listening to this damn song over and over again. What the hell is my friend listening to this music? I gotta listen to it and see. Oh, that is a cool song. Now everybody else is seeing me play the same Lady Gaga song or whatever you listen to, right?
Okay, so what you're saying is actually that Mark Zuckerberg has the opportunity of actually gathering all of the stuff we want and just showcasing it. Just
not the stuff we want, because we don't know what we want.
No, but that's the thing, isn't it?
We know what we have an emotional reaction to. And we have emotional reactions to people, right? Emotional reaction. When I see a brand name like this Canon camera, that Canon camera has I have a different emotion about Canon than I have about Apple. I'm going to click like on the Canon more than on the Apple, because we have an emotional reaction. We either are attracted to brands or repelled by them, right? People hate Apple. Lots of people hate Apple. Love Google, hate Apple. Love Google, hate Facebook. Love Facebook, hate Google, right? Zuckerberg's understanding our emotional reaction to things, to people, to places. He needs to understand something about who you are, and that's what he's doing. He's collecting that, right? And he's trading you music for your likes, right? You click like, and I'll give you some music.
For my identity, actually.
Right. He's doing a little trade, you know. And most people are okay with that trade. Some people are seeing what he's really doing and are getting freaked out by that. And he can't do it too aggressively, and he pushes us, right? Every year he does something, pushes ahead, and people are, no, Mark, you're freaking me out again, stop. And then he calms down, and we catch up to him, and then he pushes ahead again. Very brilliant guy. But he's studying our emotional friend relationships, right? That's why he uses the word friend and not just follow or subscribe or gather or circle. Google calls it circling. That's a very different thing than friend. Friend means somebody I have an emotional relationship with. I look at you and I say, yeah, that's my friend. Look at him, he's my acquaintance. He's my coworker. You're my friend. In Google's world, in circling, circle is a word of gathering, right? Of gathered my friends. That's great for finding out interests, right? Oh, all the mountain bikers, I'll put them in a pile, and all the ski buddies, I'll put them in a pile, and all my wife's friends, I'll put them in a pile. It's a good metaphor for gathering, but it's not an emotion. Google doesn't quite understand how to get that emotional thing out of you. Zuckerberg does, and that's why Facebook is a company that people really love or really hate, because he's playing with your emotion,
And what do you do? What do you do? Do you love it or hate it? Because I think that's it, isn't it? It's love it or hate it.
I understand it. and I'm I love it because I know what he's doing and I know what it's going to do for me. And it's going to build a news system, a media system, an entertainment system, a life system that's going to be quite unlike anything we've seen before. And so I love it. I have a tinge of, I'm in a cult. I have a tinge of, this is a little too much about me. Do I need to hide anything, right? I joked around about with the publisher of the Washington Post yesterday, and he was showing me his new newsreader that lets me read news with you, and I can see what news you're reading, and you can see what news I'm reading. And I said, well, what if I go to a porn site? He goes, well, I wouldn't use my app for that. In other words, we're always having a question, how much of us do we want to let Mark Zuckerberg know about? Is there something that we don't want to let Mark Zuckerberg know about? You know, a little private area, and that's privacy. That is true privacy. It's like, what do we want to keep Mark from knowing? Not because it's, I don't care that you know that I go to a porn site. What it's doing though, it'll start bringing me images and stuff on my screen that I don't want to see because his algorithms are not human, they're cold. And so if I say I went to a porn site, now all of a sudden I'm going to see 10 times more porn on my screen. And that's how I look at it. It's a very cold analytical. Normal people, they have no idea, because they don't know how to deal with algorithms. They're not algorithms. They're visual people, they're people, right? And so this is going to be the friction points for the next 10 years where people are going to see Facebook do things. It's like, how did it do that? I put 4 people in a list the other day. So I started a list of tech news journalists. Put 4 of them. I have a list over on Twitter of 600. And it started filling in the rest. It started suggesting other tech news journalists. I was like, how did it do that? It's pretty smart. Because as he learns more about you, he's going to be able to do that better and better and better, where you're going to have a weird disease, you're going to go to Facebook, hey, I have this weird disease, and the best doctor in the world is going to pop up on your screen and start chatting with you. And you're going to go, how the hell did that ever happen? I keep testing that theory, and so that helps me stay up to date with Mark Zuckerberg. So if I get to have dinner with him, I can have a conversation which might be interesting.